Hello and welcome to today's Extreme Pulse Steam Sales segment for today. My name is GreeneTzu and I'll be bringing you the Steam sales and its updates for today. Just as a reminder, I will only be covering the daily deals, not the flash sales or community choices, since they do not last long enough to generally be covered in a reasonable manner. Also, here's a tip. Don't buy anything until the last day of the sale unless it is on daily deal or a flash sale, because chances are it will go down and you will just be kicking yourself. So without much further ado, let's just get right into the games. Our first game for today will be Assassin's Creed 3. It's 40% off, bringing it down to $23.99. This is not the first time this game has been on sale so far in the Steam sale, but it probably won't be on too many more times. It's always gone down to $23. I haven't seen it gone down less. At least I haven't been staring at it, but I just haven't seen it gone less, so I won't expect it to either. It is a sequel to Assassin's Creed 2, picking up a little farther down the line in the American colonies, and the only reason I wouldn't recommend you pick this title up is because it generally doesn't improve on anything, it doesn't change anything, it just takes the same formula and same kind of thing from Assassin's Creed 2 and just puts it in a different time setting. And that's all it is. It's the same game, just different areas to explore and different story, which is good. If you're a really big Assassin's Creed fan, then hey, you probably already have this game. And it's not even a big deal. It's a AAA release, so you're not going to see the biggest deal on it. But that's generally my own problem with it, is it's derivative of the series. It doesn't change anything around. The multiplayer in it is fun if you want to try the Assassin's Creed multiplayer. It is pretty interesting, so that could be a reason to pick it up. But other than that, it's just an Assassin's Creed game. Next up on the list will be CounterStrike Global Offensive. It's 66% off, down to $5.09. Definitely the cheapest I think I've seen this game. It's just a reboot of the Counter-Strike game. It's the same exact game that you grew up with, except now it just has current generation graphics. This is all anyone wanted for it. It's a really good title, even at full price, and at $5, it's also an awesome pickup. It's basically Counter-Strike. It has the same old shooting action you want. Nothing really crazy added to it. Just the updated graphics, and I think a few new game modes. It's been a long time since I've played it. The competitive scene is also very strong for this one, so you can also check that out. If you're into it, you want to try and play around with that. It is a very competitive shooter. It's a very hard one to master. Not like Call of Duty, where it has that twitch aiming. There's a lot of very precise team play involved, and all the missions are quite a bit of fun in it. It does not offer a single player mode. It is a purely multiplayer game, so know that you will not have single player experiences with this game. Natural Selection 2 is 75% off, bringing to $6.24. This is a first-person shooter where you will play as either a group of Marines sent to go and destroy some alien menace, or you can play as the aliens. And you can actually devour other aliens and stuff like that and evolve to create things. It's all about natural selection and just evolving and becoming better. So there's a lot of cool mechanics involved in that way. It's a really fun game, really good first-person shooter, first-person game in general, with a lot of cool mechanics in it. So if you've ever thought about getting into it, it's a really good deal right now. It probably won't go down again for a while. I don't see it on sale too much. Again, this is the first time it's been on sale, this sale so far, so it probably will go on at least one more time before the Steam sale is over, but I wouldn't count it. I would say if you want to pick it up now. It's definitely going to be the best time too. Omerta, City of Gangsters is 75% off. It's $9.99. It's an interesting little strategy game where you will play gangsters back in the 1920s and just try and expand your empire through some controlling of your other gangsters to go and take out opposing guys, buy out bars and whatnot around the area. You can also buy apartments to lease those out, and it's about increasing your revenue and just increasing your control over a city and just becoming the kingpin gangster around the area. It's a pretty interesting one. The simulation economic system is actually kind of interesting. It does get a little derivative at times, but it can be quite enjoyable if you're really into that kind of management aspect and you also like the setting. It's a really cool setting. I've always enjoyed that part of history to look at, so it just draws me to it immediately, and I can sometimes forgive some of its faults. But I think it's a pretty decent game. It's not the best deal out there right now. There are definitely other better ones right now. So if you've been considering buying it, you can try and pick it up now, but if you haven't, I don't think nothing's going to change your mind about it. Prison Architect is 34% off, right on a $19.79. Definitely one of the weaker deals right out there now. It's just a simulation game of making a prison and just managing it and getting the revenue off it. Kind of reminds me a bit of Game Dev Tycoon, where you just constantly make things and then see how they do. It's a decent game. It's with interesting mechanics, but it's just not a very good deal right now. I'm not like reviewing the game. I'm just looking at it as a deal in itself. So I wouldn't say it's the best one out there right now. I can't say if it's necessarily worth your time. I didn't find a lot of fun with it either. It's just a game about making prisons, and that's about it. It has some interesting art assets to it, and some dialogue is pretty nice, but other than that, it's just a really simple game, and just not a very good deal at this point. Saints Row the Third is 75% off, bringing it down to $4.99. This is a really great deal for a really great, insane open world game. It does have its sequel, Saints Row 4, coming out very soon, and it's a really good time to pick this up if you've been wanting to look at the series and you don't know necessarily if you want to get 4. It is a crap ton of fun to play this game and just do the insane stuff. It's Grand Theft Auto on speed, crack, MDMA, everything. It's just, everything's ramped up to 11 in this game, and the insaneness of it. It's quite a bit of fun, and it's a really great deal for it right now. It's only $5, so I can totally recommend you pick this game up. It's got so much going for it, so many awesome things inside it. So totally go pick this game up. Next up is Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, bringing it down to 75%, $7.49. It's one of the premier games that let you play as heavy in a car and drive many other things around. There's lots of different vehicles. You have cars, boats, and planes, everything you can fly around and race with. But it is just this really little kind of wacky racing game that doesn't actually do anything very interesting, I find. Like, mechanics and handling of the cars isn't like groundbreaking or anything. It's not stellarly insane. It's just this weird little bit of fun with little recognizable characters like Sonic and Heavy and other sorts of things running around. So really, I can't super recommend this title on that basis, but I can recommend it on that it's really cheap right now. So if you've been thinking about a really crazy, wacky racing game that involves Sonic and a plane, because he can't run that fast anymore, I suppose, this is a good pickup. Question mark. Starforge is 50% off. We're on $9.99. This is a large open world indie everything else adventure game where you will go around and you will craft things and you will make your environment and try and save humanity. It's to me what Minecraft would be if actual effort had been put into the graphics instead of going for that really ugly cubey style. This is a really cool looking title. It has just about everything. It has gunplay, multiplayer, RPG aspects, and lots of different large open world experiences for you to go around. You collect resources and then you can create a base for yourself to expand over and just cover the entire globe. There are many different kinds of environments to explore, also many different kinds of enemies. Also, it does feature a very healthy looking multiplayer mode where you can even destroy the environments around you that you create with your gun. So that's a really interesting mechanic around it. It's actually a very cool looking game. It is in early access though. No, like only you're buying early access into the game. So this is not a full title. You're just gonna get into the alpha of it. It is currently an alpha game. So also recognize that. But it is a very interesting looking game with a lot of promise behind it from what it looks like right now. So I can pretty heartily recommend that you at least look into this title and see if it might be something for you. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords is 66% off, bringing on $3.39. This is the sequel to the Old Republic game, RPG, which was actually quite a bit of fun. Had a lot of awesome RPG mechanics in it that really made it shine, did some really good things, and the story was very well delivered, and it was actually very enjoyable to go through. The sequel I found wasn't as good. It didn't have the same kind of story behind it. It didn't have the same feel of the original. It was still a good pickup, and it was still a good play. But if you're really looking for a good Star Wars RPG experience, I'd recommend you go back and play the first Knights of the Old Republic before you play this one. If you haven't played that one in general, you still go out and buy it, even if you want to buy both. Although this is just a really good RPG in and of itself, and it's $3.39, so I can totally recommend you at least look at it and see if it's something you could be interested in. It is a bit dated. The graphics are not really standing up, so it might bother you. You could just get go down to PC Gaming Wiki and see if there are any solutions for you there, though. Our final game for today will be Worms Revolution, which includes the level editor. It's 75% off, bringing down to $3.74. I've been playing the worm games forever, and they are quite a bit of fun. They're nice, zany fun where you'll take control of your worms, and with giant weapons that don't make any sense to why they have them, you will destroy your opponent. And actually a pretty challenging multiplayer experience. It is pretty hard to actually master this game, so you will have a bit of a time if you want to get really into it to just master everything about it and get really good at the game. It is quite a bit of fun. dialogue is very witty, it's very funny, and the gameplay is good. And since it has a level editor, you can imagine the scene is very alive for it, and very interesting things are being made for it. And I expect that to increase now that it is down to $3, so I can totally recommend you pick this title up. It's quite a bit of fun, and if you get some friends with it, it'll be even more fun. It does have online play, so you can just play with people all over and then have a bunch of fun with it. So yeah, recommendation. Alright then, looks like that'll do it for the Steam sales for today. My name is GreeneTzu. Be sure to check us out at theextremepulse.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/theextremepulse. I hope you've enjoyed this. Remember, these deals last 48 hours, so you can come back tomorrow and view this video again, or if you haven't viewed it the first time, hey, look at it anyway. They will still be relevant tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and be sure to come back next time.